7 o'clock, it's time to call our meeting to order. Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Lemley, Mr. Marmee,
Present.
Mr. Neely,
Here.
Ms. Newman. Here. Mr. Barker.
Here.
Ms. Blind.
Present.
Mr. Shute.
Present.
Mr. Cost.
Here.
Ms. Ingold.
Here.
Mr. Labutus.
Present. Would you like to stand for the invocation by Mr. Labutus and then remain standing for the pledge?
Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, as we come to prayer right now, we thank you for this day, that you have given us a beautiful day to serve both you and to serve our city. We thank you and reflect on the celebrations we just had over the past weekend, celebrating 250 years of our country. We thank you for the blessing of our country and the freedoms we have, that we enjoy, and sometimes maybe dismiss. But the freedoms that we have to come to a public meeting, to voice our opinions, but also to worship you freely as well. Thank you for those freedoms that we enjoy in this country and that you've given us. As you use in our conversations this evening, help them to be fruitful for our city. And as always, help us to keep in mind what you have in mind for the city of Newark. These things I ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Mr. Hauser, would you like to lead us in the pledge tonight? Come on up, sir. Mr. Hauser, come up and lead us in pledge.
That's what I get. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Next up is caucus. Do we have anything pertaining to the agenda tonight?
Mr. President,
Yes. Ms. Newman.
I'd like to make a motion that,
Point of order. We gotta do one of them first. Mr. President, can we excuse Mr.
Yes.
Lemley first?
Yeah.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion by Mr. Marmee, second by Mr. Barker to excuse Mr. Lemley. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That passes. Okay. Now go ahead.
thank you, Mr. President. I would like to make a motion that item 2623 be removed from the table.
Second.
Got a motion by Ms. Newman, second by Mr. Cost. Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Lemley, Mr. Marmee,
Yes.
Mr. Neely,
Yes.
Ms. Newman.
Yes.
Mr. Barker.
Yes.
Ms. Blind.
Yes.
Mr. Shute.
Yes.
Mr. Cost.
Yes.
Ms. Ingold.
Yes.
Mr. Labutus.
Yes. Okay, that has been removed off the table.
Can I speak to it shortly,
Sure.
briefly? I had just asked that it be removed from the table since it had been considered through committee and received emergency consideration. It feels like council would be ready for a vote.
Amy, you want to read 2623?
Ordinance number 26-23 by Mr. Marmee, Mr. Cost, Ms. Blind, Mr. Barker, Mr. Neely, Mr. Shute, Ms. Newman, Ms. Ingold. An ordinance setting compensation and stating policy with respect to chiefs and deputy chiefs of the city of Newark, Ohio, repealing all ordinances and resolutions in conflict with this ordinance, and declaring an emergency.
For the reading of 26-23, what is your wish?
Am I supposed to speak here?
It's already been motioned and
That's
seconded.
right, it has.
Yes.
So we need to.
We should. Just if there's any further
Yeah,
discussion.
any
or
further
debate.
discussion, Mr. Barker?
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to make a comment. As last meeting, we tabled this legislation to have all members of council present, not knowing that Mr. Lemley would not be here, and setting that precedence that all other compensation packages have been voted on by the full council. I did speak to Mr. Lemley before he left. He did ask us to proceed forward tonight if we saw fit. So I just wanted to make that comment.
Any other discussion? Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Lemley, Mr. Marmee,
No.
Mr. Neely,
Yes.
Ms. Newman,
Yes.
Mr. Barker,
No.
Ms. Blind,
Yes.
Mr. Shute,
Yes.
Mr. Cost.
Yes.
Ms. Ingold,
Yes.
Mr. Labutus.
Yes.
26-23 passes 7-2. Next up, we have minutes of the June 15th, 2026 meeting. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Labutus,
Second.
second by Mr. Barker. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Passes. Appointments, Mayor Hall reappointing Megan Evans, Reverend Michael Noble, Bob German to the Human Relations Commission Board. Their new appointments will begin July 7th, 2026, and will expire July 6th, 2030. Appointments will be a 4-year term. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That passes. Reports of standing committee service without objection will be received and filed. Reports from city officials, Ryan Bubb, operating report for the period ending June 30th, 2026. Brandon Fox, water administrator, 2025 yearly report for the Division of Water and Wastewater. Brandon Fox, water administration, a list of properties being sent to the county property tax lien for past due water, sewer, and stormwater bills totaling $2,611.98. Petitions, proposed alley vacation alley running east between 190 and 196 South Fifth Street, located north of National Drive. Communication, Chance Pasnick, Superintendent Parks, Cemetery Department, City of Newark Parks Department will be hosting the 5th annual TJ Evans Youth Fishing Derby on Saturday, July 11th at TJ Evans Park. And then next up, we have public hearing, 26-13. Amy, please read the public hearing.
Ordinance number 26-13 by Mr. Barker, Mr. Cost, Ms. Ingold, Mr. Marmee, Mr. Neely, Ms. Blind. An ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property generally described as 16 East Street, City of Newark, Licking County, Ohio, parcel tax ID number 054-210102-00.000 from that of GC General Commercial Zoning District to Single Family Residence, RH High Density Zoning District, zoning code of the City of Newark, Ohio.
For the reading of 26-13, we're going to open up this public hearing. Is there anybody here to speak for or against 26-13? Anybody? Okay, we're going to close this public hearing. Amy, please call a roll, or read it.
Ordinance number 26-13 by Mr. Barker, Mr. Cost, Ms. Ingold, Mr. Marmee, Mr. Neely, Ms. Blind. An ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property generally described as 16 East Street, City of Newark, Licking County, Ohio, parcel tax ID number 054-210-102-00.000 from that of GC General Commercial Zoning District to Single Family Residence, RH High Density Zoning District, zoning code of the City of Newark, Ohio.
For the reading of 26-13, what is your wish?
Mr. President.
Mr. Barker?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to make a motion to adopt 26-13.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Barker, second by Ms. Blind. Do we have any discussion?
Mr. President.
Mr. Barker?
Thank you, Mr. President. This has gone through the full planning process, and the Planning Commission has forwarded recommended action to approve this zoning change by this council, and I hope everyone will join me in voting in that way. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Lumley, Mr. Marmee,
Yes.
Mr. Neely,
Yes.
Ms. Newman,
Yes.
Mr. Barker.
Yes.
Ms. Blind,
Yes.
Mr. Shute,
Yes.
Mr. Cost.
Yes.
Ms. Ingold,
Yes.
Mr. Labutus.
Yes. 26-13 passes 9-0. Next up is 26-14.
Ordinance number 26-14 by Mr. Barker, Mr. Cost, Ms. Ingold, Mr. Marmee, Ms. Blind, Mr. Neely. An ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property generally described as 20 East Street, City of Newark, Licking County, Ohio, parcel tax ID number 054-214-176-00.000 from that of GC General Commercial Zoning District to Single Family Residence, RH High Density Zoning District, zoning code of the City of Newark, Ohio.
Want to open up this public hearing, 26-14. Do we have anybody here to speak for or against 26-14? Okay, not seeing anyone. We're going to close 26-14. Amy, please call the roll. Or read it again. I keep saying call the roll. I'm getting ahead of myself tonight. Go ahead.
Ordinance number 26-14 by Mr. Barker, Mr. Cost, Ms. Ingold, Mr. Marmee, Ms. Blind, Mr. Neely. An ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property generally described as 20 East Street, City of Newark, Licking County, Ohio, parcel tax ID number 054-214-176-00.000 from that of GC General Commercial Zoning District to Single Family Residence, RH High Density Zoning District, zoning code of the City of Newark, Ohio.
Per the reading of 26-14, what is your wish?
Mr. President.
Mr. Barker?
Thank you, Mr. President. I make a motion to adopt 26-14.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Barker, second by Ms. Blind. Do we have any discussion?
Mr. President.
Mr. Barker?
Thank you, Mr. President. This also has gone through the entire planning process and has been recommended for passage and approval by this council, and I hope everyone will vote in the affirmative with me. Thank you.
Anybody else? No, Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Lumley, Mr. Marmee?
Yes.
Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Ms. Newman?
Yes.
Mr. Barker?
Yes.
Ms. Blind?
Yes.
Mr. Shute?
Yes.
Mr. Cost?
Yes.
Ms. Ingold?
Yes.
Mr. Labutus?
Yes.
26-14 passes 9-0. Next up is 26-16.
Ordinance number 26-16 by Mr. Barker, Mr. Cost, Mr. Marmee, Ms. Ingold, Ms. Blind, Mr. Neely. An ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property generally described as 2236 River Road, City of Newark, Licking County, Ohio, parcel tax ID number 54-225738-00.000 and parcel tax ID number 54-225744-00.000 from that of MFC multifamily condo zoning district to single-family residence RH high-density zoning district, zoning code of the City of Newark, Ohio.
We'll open up this public hearing for 26-16. Is anybody here to speak for or against this tonight? How's your opportunity? We have anybody? Come on up, man. Just give me your name and address for the record, please.
Thank you. Molly Gwynn, 250 West Street, Suite 700, Columbus, Ohio. I am the attorney for AMH Development. As noted, this has been through the Planning Commission process as well as received a BZA variance, and it is technically a down zoning. We are currently approved for 132 multifamily units. We'd be looking at 47 homes here, and we've agreed to dedicate the southern parcels for a public park. Present with me also is Kaden Mutchler, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that this board may have. Thank you.
Anybody else speak for or against it? Okay, we're going to close this public hearing. Amy, please read it again.
Ordinance number 26-16 by Mr. Barker, Mr. Cost, Mr. Marmee, Ms. Ingold, Ms. Blind, Mr. Neely. An ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property generally described as 2236 River Road, City of Newark, Licking County, Ohio. Parcel tax ID number 54-225738-00.000 and parcel tax ID number 54-225744-00.000 from that of MFC multifamily condo zoning district to single-family residence RH high-density zoning district, zoning code of the City of Newark, Ohio.
Further reading of 26-16, what is your wish?
Mr. President.
Mr. Barker?
Thank you, Mr. President. I make a motion to adopt 26-16.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Barker, second by Ms. Blind. Do we have any discussion?
Mr. President.
Mr. Barker?
Thank you, Mr. President. As was mentioned, this has gone through the entire planning process. Planning Commission and Planning Director do recommend this for passage and approval by council. I do want to note the small acreage parcel that she did mention. I spoke with the service director on this. Once that is transferred to the city, there will be deed restrictions put on that property by the city. Something that we talked to the residents about. I know a lot of residents in the area are here tonight. So that's something the service director and I have talked about, and we'll be moving forward once the city owns the property. And with that, I will be voting in the affirmative and hope everyone else will as well. Thank you.
Anybody else? Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Lumley, Mr. Marmee?
Yes.
Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Ms. Newman?
Yes.
Mr. Barker?
Yes.
Ms. Blind?
Yes.
Mr. Shute?
Yes.
Mr. Cost?
Yes.
Ms. Ingold?
Yes.
Mr. Labutus?
Yes.
26-16 passes 9-0. Next up is comments for citizens. This is your opportunity to come up and speak. We ask you to give your name and address. Keep your comments to 3 minutes. Do we have anybody tonight? Come on up. You?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, you're fine.
I apologize. My name is Danielle Quick, and I live at, well, my permanent mailing address is 548 Sirocco Avenue, Apartment A, Newark, Ohio 43055. And I must have missed the thing where you did the ordinance in regard to 20 Conley Avenue, but who do I call to speak to about why the possession of a house in my grandma's name has been taken from my uncle? Who do I call to talk to about that?
Go ahead.
Respond.
Yeah.
Are you talking about a property maintenance issue?
Apparently so, because taxes are paid and it's his house that my grandma bought for him, so.
Okay, I'm not sure who took the house that you're referring to, but if it was the city, I would call the property maintenance department.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Come on up, Ms. Smith.
Rochelle Volin-Smith, 237 Violet Court. A couple days was the 4th of July, and yet there have been, my neighborhood and as well as a lot of neighborhoods in the city have been celebrating the 4th of July until after midnight, in some cases. By allowing their children to play with fireworks and allowing people that are not trained in the practice to blast fireworks onto other people's roofs and trees in a time period when the conditions in the air are dry. And a lot of people are having breathing issues and that sort of thing as a result of it. A lot of the chemicals in fireworks are toxic. And I think having that much for way past the time period where it's customary and in amateurs' hands, I think is perhaps a mistake. I can't see why the city allows children to play with fireworks. I cannot see why the stores are subjected to having to have a sign on their doorway begging people not to shoot fireworks at their door within 300 feet. I heard cars going off from the noise from the fireworks. It affected the fire department in terms of additional calls. I think it's time, it used to be that when people signed up to buy fireworks, there was a requirement to sign an affidavit that you were going to take them out of Ohio because it was restrictive. And I don't understand why at present fireworks are an all year round event. And that people have fireworks in their cars, they have them in full in their garages. This is a hazard, and I think we need to consider that. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to speak at this time? Come on up.
Tom Bruner, 419 South Second Street, Newark. Well, I got a few things I want to bring up. And it's kind of bothering me. Okay, number one, why do we have ordinance and laws? Aren't they supposed to be enforced? If they're supposed to be enforced, why aren't they enforced? Why do we have to wait until somebody calls? If an officer is driving down the street, sees a law broke or an ordinance broken, why can't he just make the decision to stop? Because by the time you call, by the time you get out there ain't nothing there. We got people parking on the wrong side of the road. We got people parking instead of parallel, just pulling in at an angle. And I know years ago, parking on the wrong side of the road was illegal. So maybe we need to step up the game and start enforcing these laws and ordinances a little better. Also, property maintenance, okay? I quit calling property maintenance because last time I called, the person told property maintenance that I was harassing them. Well, if you don't take care of your property, yes, I'm gonna call. If I ain't harassment, I don't know what is. Even if I ride around town, the properties that the city of Newark owns, sometimes the grass is this high there. Why is that? Cedar Hill Cemetery. I know Parks and Recreation is supposed to take care of that. But my son-in-law goes up every 2 weeks and trims around our family's headstones up there. Why aren't they being trimmed by Parks and Recreation? We shouldn't have to do it. We're not getting paid to do that job. Okay. The other thing is too, I called 3 times this weekend over the gentleman that owns Roost on the River. Okay, he wasn't having a concert, but he had his own system down there that you could hear clear over past 2nd Street. Every time I called, the excuse I got, we don't have anybody available. Well, why don't we? I mean, the way I look at it, they're there to protect and serve everybody, not just some. Why does the sergeant have a right to disregard a call? All calls are important, I think, no matter what it is. I know the fire department don't disregard calls. So why do we get our calls disregarded? Why do we have to hassle with the dispatcher? The dispatcher gets an attitude with you sometimes. That's why when we had the dispatcher down to the station, we didn't have any problems. But since the dispatcher's been with the sheriff department, it's nothing but a problem. So we need to look into that, I hope. Okay, now, here's one. How much money did we spend on redoing the square with the roundabouts, redoing these with the roundabouts? I'm sure it was a chunk of money. It wasn't cheap. If I go down there and park on a roundabout, am I going to get a ticket? Am I going to get towed? Probably. But yet you see UPS park on there, and I was down there the other day and I walked around all the roundabouts and looked at the bricks in them. A lot of them are cracked and busted. Because FedEx parks there, UPS parks there, fire trucks parks there, Newark PD parks there, but we ain't allowed to park there. And there's plenty of room on the street to park. If we didn't have room on the street, we shouldn't put in the roundabouts. Don't get me wrong, they're nice. Makes the square look nice. But they're being abused. This is directed towards Tricia Moore, law director. You told me the only way to get results is call. I had 1.5 years of calls and never got no results. What do I gotta do? Call 3, 4, 5 years? 1.5 years of calls is too long to get results for something. So maybe you need to check into that on things, if you would, please. I'd appreciate it. Last but not least is I noticed, I've lived on 2nd Street up on the hill for 40 years. Nice neighborhood and all that. I've asked for 30 years to get our streets paved, curbs and good sidewalks up in that area. Today, I go to my granddaughter's, I go down Granville Street, and I notice on the other side of 21st Street, Granville's getting sidewalks and curbs. I'm sure they ain't asked for 30 years. Why does it take so long? I always get told the same thing. We don't have money. Well, we had money to do all this other. Our sewer lines are bad up in that area. Why can't we get them fixed? Aren't we part of the city of Newark? Or are we just neglected? because the city of Newark don't want to respond to the south end. It's just I'm getting to be fed up with it. I mean, it seems like we're getting pushed out. So I'd like to see something done, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else at this time? Okay, next up is ordinance on the second reading, 26-20.
Ordinance number 26-20 by Ms. Engel, Mr. Cost, Ms. Blind, Mr. Barker, Mr. Neely, Mr. Shute, Mr. Marmee. An ordinance amending the position classification, pay range, and department authorization tables of the City of Newark Department of Service Division of Water and Wastewater by abolishing one water meter customer representative position classification while creating one water meter technician position classification and setting the compensation therefore.
Further reading of 26-20, what is your wish?
Mr. President,
Ms. Engel?
I move that we approve ordinance 2620.
Got a motion, I got a second? Second by Mr. Barker. Do you have any discussion? Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Lumley, Mr. Marmee,
Yes.
Mr. Neely,
Yes.
Ms. Newman,
Yes.
Mr. Barker,
Yes.
Ms. Blind,
Yes.
Mr. Shute,
Yes.
Mr. Cost,
Yes.
Ms. Ingold,
Yes,
Mr. Labutus.
Yes.
26-20 passes 9-0. Next up is ordinance on the first reading, 26-24.
Ordinance number 26-24 by Mr. Barker, Mr. Cost, Ms. Ingold, Ms. Blind. An ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property generally described as 1010 Bryce Street, City of Newark, Licking County, Ohio. Parcel tax ID number 055-282810-00.004 from that of GC General Commercial Zoning District to LI Limited Industrial Zoning District, zoning code of the City of Newark, Ohio.
26-24 will be referred to the Planning Commission. Next up is resolutions on the second reading, 26-36.
Resolution number 26-36 by Mr. Marmee, Mr. Cost, Ms. Blind, Mr. Barker, Mr. Neely, Ms. Newman, Mr. Shute, Ms. Ingold. A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor of the City of Newark to prepare and submit applications to the Department of Homeland Security for fiscal year 2025 Fire Act grant programs in support of training programs, equipment purchases, funding for personnel, fire prevention, and fire safety programs throughout the city.
Further reading of 26-36, what is your wish?
Mr. President,
Mr. Marmee?
make a motion to adopt resolution 26-36.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Marmee, second by Mr. Barker. Do we have any discussion? Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Lumley, Mr. Marmee?
Yes.
Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Ms. Newman?
Yes.
Mr. Barker?
Yes.
Ms. Blind?
Yes.
Mr. Shute?
Yes.
Mr. Cost?
Yes.
Ms. Ingold?
yes,
Mr. Labutus?
Yes.
26-36 passes 9-0. Next up is 26-37.
Resolution number 26-37 by Mr. Marmee, Mr. Cost, Ms. Blind, Mr. Barker, Mr. Neely, Mr. Shute, Ms. Ingold. A resolution appropriating monies for current expenses of the municipal corporation.
Further reading of 26-37, what is your wish?
Mr. President, make a motion to adopt resolution 26-37.
Got a motion by Mr. Marmee. Do I have a second?
Second. Yeah.
Second by Mr. Shute. Do we have any discussion? Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Lumley? Mr. Marmee?
Yes.
Mr. Neely?
Yes.
Ms. Newman?
Abstain?
Mr. Barker?
Yes.
Ms. Blind?
Yes.
Mr. Shute?
Yes.
Mr. Cost?
Yes.
Ms. Ingold?
yes,
Mr. Labutus?
Yes.
26-37 passes 8-0 with one extension. So next up is resolutions on the first reading. There are none. And then next up is comments from citizens. This is your last opportunity. Do we have anybody? Hold up.
Thank you. Rochelle Mullins, 237 Butler Court. I appreciate the fact that the police need to prioritize when there's a lot of things happening in the city in terms of what gets priority. And I think that needs to be considered. Same for the police department, and a lot, they work hard. But I would like to see the city work in some way to make the law more accessible to the public in some way and rethink that. Not everybody has a computer. Not everybody has access to that information. I think there has to be a way to make the law clearer to the public. So that the public can be more enlightened in terms of how to behave in some of these problem areas. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? City officials? All director?
Thank you, President. Mr. Bruner, my advice stays the same. Make the phone calls. The only way that it's going to get to my office for prosecution is through complaints, okay? And if that, you said you've been calling for 3 years, I don't know if it's on the same issue. Continue to call. My suggestion is the same. It will always be, call the police if you have a problem. And I will tell you, that man standing right there, Deputy Chief Logan, is one of the most responsive DCs that I've seen over patrol in years. And I know this from personal experience. I've had criminal cases that come before me that are of urgent nature. All it takes is one email to Deputy Chief Logan, and the police are at the victim's house getting what I need so that I can get justice for them. He's at every home court. He listens to all the complaints that come into home court about properties, about people on the property. Don't take for granted what you have in this man right there, okay? And if you're not getting what you want from dispatch, that's a county issue, and that can be addressed with the county. I can't control what you get through dispatch. And if you're not happy with what you're getting from the patrol and their sergeants, talk to that man, okay? With that, I'll pass. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor.
I will pass this evening, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Marmee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Need to call a finance committee meeting for July the 20th. Couple of things. Mr. Bruner and the parking laws, if you heard my comments the last time that I was here, they are enforcing the parking a lot more. And Deputy Chief Logan explained why to me. And the reason why is because we have these $20,000 pieces of equipment that were sitting on a shelf and not being utilized. And he instructed his sergeants and the teams to start enforcing parking. And it has been. And the wrong way parking is one of them that's being ticketed. I will also state that I will have to disagree that the south end is being neglected. There are parts of the city that it's just, it's not the city's responsibility to put curbs and sidewalks in first and foremost. It's the property owner's responsibility. Does the city do it at times? There are times when we do pay for it. One is safe routes for schools. And so if there's somewhere where we need to put a sidewalk so then kids who are walking to school can get to a bike path or something along those lines, we do that. Other times is when we tear up a road or we take out we do the sewer separation. Yes, we go ahead and we replace those. So there's parts of my ward up in the 6th ward that will never see sidewalks put in by the city because that's either the developer or the property owner's responsibility. So it's not just the south end, and you're not being neglected or ignored. And I guarantee you have a councilwoman over there that would never let that happen. So I guarantee you that. Some other things as far as fireworks. It isn't the city that's allowing children to let fireworks off, it's parents. And the city does not condone that. The city does not condone any illegal use of fireworks or anything along those lines. There are folks who are gonna violate the law with fireworks. It is very difficult for our police force to handle all the different firework complaints and things that are going on. Plus the evidence is destroyed. And so But I do commend our safety forces for being there for safety issues during the 4th of July and the times around the 4th of July. And you're right, it is happening on Labor Day and Memorial Day a lot more and some other holidays. I agree with the law director to continue to call. Never take things into your own hands. I also would state that there's areas in which if it's the same type of issue, you could just file a report. And what happens with some of those is if it's a continuation and that of something that is happening in an area, that's when our detective forces sometimes can get involved when they see a pattern or something happens in another area of the city and then all of a sudden they see a report, similar reports of things happening in another. And so it helps. It isn't always instant. We do not have ways in which we can, we don't have the staffing to take care of everything instantaneously, and particularly patrolling all areas of the city. Want to explain my no vote on the increase of the chiefs and deputy chiefs. I was not opposed to raises for those positions. What I was opposed to was the justification of what we were told as to why the certain dollars amounts, and also we were told that it was because of the percentage of difference in pay between the sergeants and the other officers, and then the deputies, and then the chiefs in that pecking order. What the pay raises has caused now, not only were those numbers not accurate, it also has created a huge increase in the disparagement between the chiefs and their bosses, the directors and the mayor. In the percentage of now, those are over 30%, over 35% between the chiefs and the directors. And it is getting very, very close to where our engineer, who is one of the a position that requires special education and training, that the chiefs are right there in line with that position within the city. So, and I could not compare the law director's office because they're funded by various funding sources and not just the general fund. Again, I was not opposed to those increases as far as them getting pay raises, but looking at where the elected officials, they're at 3% and 3% the next 2 years. So that's just creating a huger disparagement between the directors and the mayor and then those positions. And finally, I want to commend the city of Newark. Not only, I think everyone had a fantastic 4th of July. I think there was a lot of celebrating going on within our city. I think it was done with without many incidents as far as injury and major issues. I believe that the positives of what the fireworks display that occurs over at the Newark campus of the branch, I think it's just great that our community gets together and celebrates like that. And 250 years is a tremendous accomplishment. And I want to thank everybody that was involved as far as our safety forces. I know that also the mayor and the administration, they have a lot going on and a lot of communicating and things happening in order to make the celebration happen. And I want to thank everybody for that. And with that, I pass.
Thank you. Mr. Neely.
Thank you. I'll pass.
Ms. Newman.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. First off, just a quick clarification. Thank you to Mr. Murmy for pointing out Rules 7 and 14 of our Newark City Council rules that I should have stated during caucus that I was going to abstain on the vote. And so learning point for everyone there. So thank you. And so I'll make sure to do that in the future. Again, just a thank you to police and fire. You add in 110+ degree heat and fireworks and time off. And something tells me there are a lot of stories from this weekend. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone who is out in the heat and making sure people stayed safe and were given care if things did not turn out in their fashion. It was mentioned in the agenda, there's a fishing derby that is coming up on July 11th, this Saturday. A lot of work goes into that. It's really big, no cost to participate. It's a big deal for a lot of kids in the neighborhood. So please make sure you help spread the word about that event coming up this Saturday. At the last council meeting that we had in June, I had mentioned that at Canal Market District that the produce perks tokens would no longer be good after June 30th. There has been funding secured for that, and now produce perks will be accepted through the end of December of this year. So for those who do receive SNAP benefits, you can get up to $25 of matching funds through the produce perks program that is funded through outside organizations, and that is back on through the end of December, which is exceptionally important because we have not even hit the peak of Ohio produce yet. So it's a very big deal for our vendors and for the families in the community. And with that being said, one last item, sorry about that. As was mentioned by several folks here, by our law director, by Mr. Marmy, please call and use your city services. What's not reported, we do not know. And we've talked a lot, and we're going to be talking a lot about how our dollars are spent, and we have to know what we don't know, we don't know. And so the city is here to serve its residents, and so you need to call in about those services. Unfortunately, we don't have an unlimited funds, and so we do have to make hard decisions a lot of times about what that looks like, the people who are here as well as city employees. And we have to continue having those discussions, and you showing up here, you reaching out to folks is how it happens. And just because it may not work out the way you wanted it doesn't mean it didn't work out in some way. So keep talking, keep asking. I know I've said it before and it's a little bit cheesy, but I mean, democracy is a participation event. So we need you to keep showing up and keep calling. So with that, I will pass. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barker.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will call a service committee meeting for July 20th and we'll pass.
Thank you, Ms. Blind.
Thank you, Mr. President. Our laws are accessible, gratefully. Our library is a great resource. The police staff in the office in our police department, they're very accessible, and they're very good about directing you to right places. How do I know? I do a lot of research because, believe it or not, you can't always trust AI, right? AI will lie to you. And so it's always better to go back to the books sometimes. And so it really is good. Just take your time, dig through things, and it's in the digging, that's how we learn. So I appreciate your comment, though. Coming up on the 18th is Operation Hope Lift. We're going back to Hope Park and we're giving it a facelift. We've had some new families move in there with a lot of children. And so it's going to be a great day. If you have time on the 18th, we're starting early. Start early. And hopefully we'll finish before dark. And so but it's going to be a good day. And I'd like to thank everyone who wanted to volunteer for this Hope Park event, because again, a lot of people are showing up and it just shows the type of community we have. We love our kids. I also want to thank the street department. I went out and met them last week while they were working on some things for citizens. You know, the street temperature was probably 125. It was hot. And still they were out there picking up tires, picking up trash that had been jettisoned from trucks. They did a great job. And it was just nice to be there and work alongside them just to say thank you. Last thing is kind of an assignment. One of the things that I did over the weekend was I read the Constitution. And I'll tell you why. The things you forget. What a great document that is. It's a wonderful document. And to even put yourself in the place where our founders were They weren't old guys like a lot of us think, they just wore white wigs. But they were people much like ourselves who were trying to find their way and were blessed to do something magnificent in this document. So please, if you have a chance, read it. And it just brings home that we truly have something more than significant. We have a miracle here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Shute.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will pass.
Mr. Cost,
I will pass also.
Ms. Engel.
Yes, Brandon, I'm glad you stayed tonight because I want to recognize you and your department folks in water and wastewater for your annual report. It was comprehensive. It was very educational to me, and I love the pictures at the end and so forth. But what was really important, there were the list of accomplishments that they completed in 2025 and their goals for 2026. A lot of people aren't going to put those goals out there for what's going to happen next year because then we hold you to it. But that was great. Everybody that you had working on that, Brandon did a great job. A well-done report, and thank you very much for that. With that, I'll pass, Mr. President.
Thank you. Mr. Labutus, bring us home.
Thank you, Mr. President. I too would like to thank Mr. Fox, actually, helping with stay informed on a water main break in our area, I think last week, if I remember. So thank you for your timely responses on that. I'd also like to thank Service Director Rhodes, who is helping with a couple issues in the fourth ward as well. I do need to call a safety committee meeting for July 20th. And with that, I will pass.
Thank you. Our next meeting is going to be July 20th, and I want to wish my grandson a happy 7th birthday on the 19th. And do I have a motion? Motion by Mr. Cost, second by Mr. Labutus. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Still got one.
That's a fall.